Alright guys, Mike the Survival Guy here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make a little bit of fat wood. Now this is a tin I got at the 99-cent store. They didn't have a whole lot of them. This is from Disney's Frozen. It's like an Altoids tin but smaller. And this is just a bit of sap from the pine tree. So what I'm going to do is melt this down and make my own little fat wood by using this and toothpicks. Now this is what came in this container, and they're neat because they're individually little packaged. There's 3 of them in there, and these are great for travel. They're great for sticking in your pack. You could stick them in your first aid kit, which is really great. You could also use the cotton off the tip for starting a fire if you need to. Use them for cleaning out a wound maybe. Definitely cleaning out your ears. God only knows a lot of the kids need that. Alright, so I've got some toothpicks. This is a box of 750. They're flat toothpicks. They're just thin toothpicks. And I'm not going to grab a whole ton of them because this is just an instructional video. So I'm just going to put a couple in there. And we're going to see what we can do and figure this out. These are from a video I just did, so let me get this out of the way. And let's focus on this. So I've got my pine sap here. Got my toothpicks. I'm going to set these aside for right now. Okay. Got some needle nose pliers if I need them so I don't burn my fingers. Set those right there. So the first thing we need to do is light up the pine sap. Now there's different ways of doing this. You could take this tin and put it on a stove and heat it up and set that down and let it melt. That'll take a while. What I'm going to do is just light it up because it is flammable. Get it nice and hot and gooey as much as possible. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is just rub this all up and down this toothpick as much as possible. Getting it as much on there as I can. Alright. Let's try that some more. This is a big, thick piece, so alright, that's what we want. Nice and gooey. Get it all on there. And I'll tell you what, makes your house smell pretty good too. Now this has a lot of uses. Alright, now you can see that that's on there. Let me show you what happens. You light this up, you get it going, and you see how that's burning like a match? And if you tip it up, it just keeps running down, and running down, and running down, and we'll just keep burning. Okay? That's a great way to get a fire started when you got limited resources. You can see how easy these are to use. Okay, now the sap was on there, just a little bit's burnt out, and you can see the wood's about to burn out. Okay? See the difference between that flame and what's going on right now? Not trying to burn my fingers, so we'll put that out. But you can see that that pine sap, by making simple fat wood out of toothpicks and a little bit of pine resin, which is this pine sap, this builds up on the trees, and I've got a couple outside my house, a couple around town that I know. This particular piece I got up at Mount Charleston over here in Nevada, just outside of Vegas. There's a video on my channel about my kids and I were up there and we were gathering a bunch of this. And this is just one of the things I used. So, Michael and Julie, thank you very much for your help getting this pine resin, this pine sap. Let me turn the light on, let's get a little dark. There we go. This pine resin, this pine sap here for us. Makes a good educational video, helps out a lot. I'm going to do this one more time so you guys can see it. I'm going to heat up that pine resin, that pine sap. There we go. Going to goop it on here as much as possible before it gets hard and dries out again. See? Instant fat wood, boys. You don't have to go pay somebody to do this unless you just flat out don't have pine trees in your area. And again, I'll show you here on this burnt one already. This is the wood without the resin on it. It'll burn barely. Okay, let's put that out. Here's one with the pine resin. Now watch the difference. Look at that. Now would that or would that not be a whole lot easier to start a fire with? Put that out. Save the rest of that. Now that's fat wood, boys. Fat wood traditionally is wood that's impregnated with pine sap, with resin, because it's very, very flammable. Okay. All we're doing here is just, instead of impregnating it, we're coating it. Do exactly the same thing. It's just as flammable, and it's a real simple way to make fat wood. Now, if you guys don't have the resources to do it, and you live in the Nevada, Las Vegas area, again, let me know. I've got plenty of this on hand, and I can always get a lot more. You're not sure how to do it? Let me know. I'm trying to get a couple of people together, maybe go up to Mount Charleston or out by Lake Mead, do a survival training out in our area, just the basics. If you're interested in getting together, it's probably going to cost about $50 per head. If you want me to supply the stuff like the knife with the fire starter, just basic equipment, stuff to get you started, let me know. You're talking about $100 a head for a weekend. So again, contact me, leave me a message, and we'll see what we can work out. Thanks for watching.